Shut up and sit down.
Yo people, and welcome back to the hardware review, and we are back with Orgs Vape. This time we are looking at the VX217, and it's a chunky monkey. It takes a dual 21700, 2700, and also comes with an adapter so you can use your 18650s. It comes with the intake sub-ohm tank from Mike Vapes, and like I said, it is quite a chunky monkey. You won't want to whack anybody with it, I'm telling you that. Well, without further ado, let's get this review on the road. Let's have a little look round it. Like I said, it is a stubby little thing, but it has got some girth about it. It's got the intake sub-ohm tank on there, and I'm quite liking the black look of it. A lot of people have been missing this one, so we're bringing it back. This is the box. That's everything you do get in the box, and that was the box. So let's go top to bottom like we normally do. We'll start off with the tank itself. It has got an 810 drip tip. It is interchangeable, so if you've got your own, you can put it on there. It is a top fill, and the way you do it, it's just like a quarter turn. Now it has got a rubber sort of seal on top, as you'll be able to see, like a rubber membrane all the way around in. It doesn't have to make it tight. You've got two big juice wells in there, no problem filling at all, no airlocks or anything like that. So you just screw it back together again, just like a quarter turn, and it tightens up. You have got your airflow, and it is mirrored on either side, as you can see, and it is adjustable, does lock off. There you go, you can dial it. In a way this actual airflow works, which I'll show you in a second, it's got like an air chamber like that, and it goes all the way down and underneath your coils, and it is on both sides. Let's have a little look on the bottom. Just tell you that it is Mike Vapes. It also shows you that you don't vape in a bin, and you've got your kite marks. It tells you it's Orgs Vape, and mine was 3,866 off the production line. It has got a slightly protruding 510 on there as well. Now to get to your coil, you just undo the bottom, like so. And that's where your coil sits, as you can see, and you just grab hold of that to pull it out. If I just take the actual glass off, you can see this airflow a little bit better. As you can see, it's like an air chamber, so the airflow is coming from the top, and you don't get that many top airflow sub-ohm tanks, so it's coming from the top all the way down the chamber, and that is on both sides. Now to get this coil out, only thing you've got to do, you've got to have nails for this one. It is a little bit awkward to get out, is just pull it out like so. So you do get two coils with this, and they're both exactly the same. The 0.2 ohm Clapton mesh. Yes, Clapton mesh. And they're made out of Kanthal and Nichrome. They're best between 60 and 75 watts. Just show you around that. Now, if I can just show you inside, there you go, and that's your Clapton mesh. I don't know how they call it actually mesh, but that's what they're actually calling it. I've had no problems with this. A lot of people have said they've had problems actually with the coils, but I've had no problem with it. They did say that the first set that came out was actually handmade, but these have lasted me roughly about 4 weeks. So that's the coil itself. Now to fit your coil back in, it's very, very simple. You just get it like that, push it in, put your bottom on, like so. Make sure it's nice and tight. Don't overly tighten it, and you're ready to go. So let's have a little look at this chunky monkey, and it is a chunky monkey mod. I don't know where I got that from. I'm sorry it's a little bit dark, but this screen isn't very bright. This is at 100% brightness, and it is really dark. So when you're outside and if it's sunny, it's very, very hard to see. Now you can actually change the colours on the screen, and if you've got something like a dark green or a dark red, it's even worse to try and see it. So that's why the review's a little bit dark. Like I said, it is a chunky monkey mod. It isn't very tall, but now my hands aren't that big, but like I said, it is quite chunky. It's got a bit of girth to it. It's the first time I've actually got girth in a review. Now it does feel pretty well made. There is a couple of flaws to it, which we'll show you in a second. Now it has got a spring-loaded 510 connection. If we have a little look at the bottom, you'll be able to see that it does say that it is the VX217. Kite marks, don't vape in a bin, designed by Orgs Vape, and you've got some battery venting. Now, I've had a little bit of a problem with this door when it first came. It was very hard to fit the batteries on it. It's a bit sweaty in here. Now, you can see how it sort of fits. What you're going to do is you're going to push it down and slide it across. And what you'll be able to see, it needs a little bit of movement so you can actually slide it across. Now, you'll see there's a clip on that side, and then obviously there's a clip on the door. So obviously that sits there and pushes into it. I can actually see that breaking at some point. I'll show you in a second that I've had a bit of problems with it. You'll be able to see how it works. You can use 21700s, 2700s, and it also comes with an 18650 adapter. Now when you try and push this back down, as you'll see, you have to really give it a good push and then slide it down, and sometimes it doesn't do it. Now my hands are outstretched. Now I'll take it off the screen and I'll be able to do it. There you go. Now there is, on the side, as you'll be able to see, there's a little bit of a gap. There you go. You can just see it either side of it. So I can really see that clip inside actually breaking. So that's a little bit of a con for me on it. Now on the front you've got your fire button. You've also got this toggle wheel, which I'm not a great big fan, and as you can see that moves your wattage up and down. You can press that in. Doesn't do anything, but you can press it in and that moves your wattage or your voltage up and down. You've got your Type-C charging. I would recommend that you use an external charger for that, but obviously if you get caught on the go, you can use it, and it is fast charge. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. This is your menu. I'll just press it again so it stays bright. You've got your wattage or your voltage. It has got temperature control in it at the moment, like I said at the beginning, but that's going to be took off. They did send an extra wire, a firmware upgrade wire, so I can actually take that off. I didn't actually get the actual software. They are sending me that, and I'm going to do an extra video. Now, like I said, that's your wattage. You've got a little lock there. You have to go into your menu to lock the toggle. You've got your soft, normal, and high. That's for your variable wattage. You've got how many seconds you've took a draw for. You've got your ohms. You've got your battery indicator. You've got your voltage. Now it is 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off, like I said. To get into the menu, it's 3 clicks. There we go. This goes off pretty quick. So you've got your variable wattage. Now you'd think you'd be able to press that, but you can't. You have to. It goes off really fast, this. So you have to press the fire button to get into it. So there you go. You've got normal, soft, and high, and then back. Then you've got your variable voltage. Now this goes up to 12 volts. I don't know who's going to use 12 volts, but it goes up to 12 volts. Now when I first started vaping, that's all you had with volts. There was no wattage. I were roughly around about 3.5, I think. But I don't know who's going to use 12 volts, but it does go up to 12 volts. Again, to come off of that, 1, 2, 3. See, if you don't quite get it, I love this bit as well. I'm glad it's turned off. Watch this. It tells you how many times you've got to press it again. There we go, we're back on. So 1, 2, 3. And if you're not pressing this completely in the middle of the button, then it doesn't quite work. If you're sort of like catching it on the side, it doesn't work. Are you a reviewer? Bypass mode, so if you would like it like a Met mod. You've got your spin button, so it'll lock it. As you can see, a little lock symbol comes in, so it won't move your wattage. You will still be able to fire it, but you just won't be able to move the wattage or the voltage. 1, 2, 3. See, we're off again. I only did 3, and it likes turning it off. There we go. You've got your settings. So if we just go into your settings, you've got your auto mode. So that automatically what actual coil you've got in there. You've got your cutoff time. You've got your standby time. You've got your LCD color settings. I'll just go into that and show you that. You can actually define your own colors on there. There's your brightness, just to show you that it is actually at 100% and it's only that bright. Just go back into that so you can see. So you can change them around, all the different colors. And like I said, if you're outside with that like that, it's going to be an actual nightmare. So I stayed with the white and black. There we go. You've got your temperature unit. Now, like I said, the temperature unit, they're going to do a firmware upgrade. That won't be on there. I will show you how to do the upgrade once I've got the software. You've got your languages, and you've got your factory defaults, and then your back. If you have a look, you've got your information. That'll tell you what firmware you've got, etc. And then back to the main menu. 1, 2, 3. Watch this. It'll turn it off again. We're in bypass mode at the minute. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It is a bit of a nightmare sometimes. variable wattage. We'll just have it on normal. So like I said, I'm not too keen on this toggle, because when you've got it in your hand and you're trying to sort of, you can't do it like that. So that sort of gets out of that way. You can't really do it. So you end up having to turn it around to actually move it up and down. And that's actually not moving the wattage now, is it? Oh, that's because it's locked. Are you actually a reviewer, Aiden? There we go. Unlock it and that moves it around. Now it is obviously called the 217. I actually thought that was to do because of the batteries, but it isn't. It actually goes up to 217 watts and round robins to 5 watts. There we go. So that was the VX217 from Augs Vape. What do we reckon to it? Well, there's some bits I like about it and there's some bits I don't like about it. Let's start top to bottom like we normally do. The tank itself, I really do like this tank. It is really, really good. Comes with a 0.2 ohm Clapton mesh. It's a brand new one on me. Now, I know they had loads of trouble with this when it first came out, that the coils weren't very good. Now, I was told that they was actually handmade, where these ones are actually factory made. I've had no problem from these coils at all. The first coil that I put in this lasted me 4 weeks. I'm running it at 60 watts. What about the flavour? What about the clouds? I've got this at normal. Corking clouds, corking flavour. Really good flavour off of this. I really do like the flavour. And like you can see, clouds for days. 60 watts. The airflow is a little bit different as well. Obviously, it's a top airflow. You don't get many sub-ohm tanks where it's actually top airflow. And you've got them 2 air chambers that are going down. It comes in straight down and then underneath your coil. I love the airflow. It's not too noisy. It's very, very smooth. Big thumbs up for the tank. Got no problem for the tank at all. It is getting a little bit vapey in here. What about the mod? Like I said, it is a chunky monkey, and it's not very often you get girth in a review, but it has got a nice bit of girth to it. Like I said, if you whack somebody with it, you're gonna be in a bit of trouble. Let's go on about the cons for it. The buttons look very, very cheap. They're not rattly or anything like that, but they feel cheap. If you don't press the fire button properly in the middle, it doesn't fire, or it doesn't work the menu. The toggle button at the bottom, if I can say toggle properly, is not the greatest. It's just, to me, a little bit of a waste of time. When you've got it in your hand like that and you're trying to just move it, just won't move at all. So what you end up having to do is you end up having to do that to actually move either the wattage or the voltage. So to me, if they'd just put 2 buttons either side, it would have been a hell of a lot better. We haven't been seeing too many 21700 actual mods out there, and I'm loving the fact that we've got that. Also, you can take 2700s, and it comes with an adapter as well, so you can take your 18650 batteries in there as well. The battery door is a little bit janky. I'm not on about janky that it actually moves, but trying to actually push it on when you've got your 21700s on there, and I can really see that clip eventually breaking at the bottom. As the door's being pushed on and you slide it in, I can see that breaking eventually. The menu system, very, very simple. You've got loads on there. Now, I did say to you about the temperature control. They're taking that completely off. It is on this one, but they're taking that completely off. The lovely people at Augs Vape did send me out another cable to actually do the firmware upgrade. I didn't actually get the actual program for that, so they're going to send that back over to me, and I'm going to do a separate video of how to actually update it. So they're saying that not a lot of people are using temperature control. Please let me know down in the comments. Do you still use temperature control? You've got voltage. You've got your variable wattage. You can either have that as soft, medium, and also high. Apart from that, I've got nothing really else to say to it. You've then got also 12 volts. It's not very often you go all the way up to 12 volts. I don't know who's going to use that. The screen, that's another actual con to it. It's not very bright at all. If you go out in the sunshine, you're not going to be able to see it very well. Especially if you change the colours to like green or red, you're not going to be able to see it at all. It's nice to see a mod coming out, especially a 21700. And it really works really well with the intake sub-ohm tank. So apart from the buttons, the battery door, I've got nothing else really against it. I quite like it. And if you're going to be roughly running it at 60 watts, you can have easily a full set of batteries for the day. Yeah. Big thumbs up from Little Bro. Also a big shout out to Mark from Nature Vapes for sending this out for review. You're an absolute star. Big shout out to Augs Vape. Like I said, I will be doing like an update video of how you actually do change the firmware. Well, this has been another review by Little Bro. Please, if you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe and share. The subscribe button's in the corner. Give it a little press and get me to that new magic number. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Go and hit me up, people. I've also, if you want to become a part of the Little Bro family and also join the beer fund, name's going down there, just press that join button. Go and check it out. You get extra videos and extra bits and bobs. One last thing to say, people. Keep them juices flowing. Don't forget to check out my latest video. Also, don't forget to check out 3 Men and a Vape Show live at 8 PM every Wednesday. And also, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell, and we'll catch you later.